Hello everybody, I'm Doug Garrett and we're here for Board Game Geek here at Essen 2012 and Czech Games Edition is on tap. We've got Yuri Sulik here to tell us all about Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar.
Yes, this is finally the Mayan game that you can play till the end of the world.
So, yeah, very shortly here,
Yes.
Unfortunately, according to the calendar.
And the best of it is if the world doesn't end, you can keep playing it.
Excellent, that's great.
It doesn't combust into fire or anything else.
And we should show everybody, ooh, look.
Yes, these awesome gears moving.
The gears move, oh, it's so wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
So the players are representing the leaders of the Mayan tribes. And they are, of course, it's a worker placement Euro game, so they are trying to get victory points to win the game. There is a lot of going on, but the player's turn is really simple. Each player have these workers,
Okay.
and during his turn he can either place his workers onto the gears, or he can take them out and do the actions they are standing on. So for example, if I put my worker here, let's say here, and next one here, the thing is that you must place the workers on the cheapest space,
Right.
the leftmost
and
space.
the cost is here
Yes.
on there.
Exactly, there's cost, so in this case there's 0, 0 plus 1 is 1 corn, but the number of the workers I have placed is 3, so that's plus 3 corn. Yes, for 1 is 0, for 2 is 1, and so on.
Right,
So
exactly.
I will have to pay 4 corn plus the 1. So the next player can then place on the higher ones.
Okay.
The other thing that I can do is take my workers off the board and then resolve the action they are standing on.
Sure.
But now they are on pretty weak actions, so maybe it's wise to wait for a turn. Well, everyone have one turn, and then the first player who has this first player marker will move the gears one space forward.
One space, so you can see that by the little cog, or the tooth in the cog, goes to one space, and then everything advances. Yeah.
And if I take my workers off now, they are on a better space. As the workers progress on the gears, the actions are much more powerful and you can get more stuff.
So they were originally here, and now we moved over here, so you get 4 corn by
Yes.
doing that.
And the next player must start at the lowest one.
Right.
And
Always at the lowest.
Yes, and then he can skip to this one.
Right.
Next one will place here. So it goes up. And when you take your actions, then each gear has some specific thing going on it. This one is all about agriculture and getting food, but also the parts of the jungle are still forested, so there's no space to make fields. So first you must either take the wood from these to remove the jungle, or you can burn the forest, but that will anger the gods. And as you can see on this space, is you're standing among the 3 Mayan gods. That's Quetzalcoatl and other names you can't even pronounce.
Well, and so we're starting on one above,
Yes.
so
So
you
we
may
can
be
even
angering the gods
yes,
immediately.
You can anger the gods and get minus points during the game for that. The next wheel is all about resources. You can get wood or stone or gold, or these crystal skulls.
Very nice.
And they are used mostly for building these buildings.
Okay.
That will get you benefits, or you can improve on technology tracks.
Right. Yes.
That's what the next gear is for. It allows us to improve the technology or build buildings or even monuments, which are buildings that will give us a lot of points at the end of the game if we fulfill some conditions, but are very expensive, and when they are bought by one player, they're gone.
So the bottom row is buildings versus the top row here is the monuments.
Yes.
Right.
Buildings get replaced, monuments don't.
Right, right.
The technology tracks are, this one is for agriculture. It gives us more corn when we use this gear, or it allows us when the fields are depleted. Then if we have this technology, it allows the player to take corn even if there is no these corn tokens.
And the key over there is that the cost is not the same type of resource, but it can be any kind of resource.
By the scout, and corn is not a resource.
Right.
There are only 3 types of resources: wood, stone, and gold.
Right.
So the technologies get better and also much more expensive.
Give you benefits, yes.
This one is for resources. This will give you bonuses when constructing buildings. And the last one is for placing the skulls, which is for this wheel I will get to very soon. On this wheel there are a lot of different benefits, like improving your stance on the temples. You can pray to gods or make some sacrifices. The only thing that is not possible here and it should be is human sacrifices that Mayans were doing. But since
kept that out of the game?
It's only game, so we kept that out.
Yeah, okay, all right. That's probably a good idea.
In fact, you can get more workers on this space, and even trade resources. There is this trade table, so you can trade 2 corn for wood, and you can make any combination of the resources you want. So if you have 2 stone, you can get 3 wood or anything.
I see. Now, one of the things that I remember when I was reading the rules is that as you get even to the very end of the cog, then that'll.
Yes.
And actually, if I were on number 4, say on this cog, I could do any of the actions before then, as well as the one that I'm taking from, right?
Yes. If you're on the 6th or 7th, you can take any action, and if you're on any else, you can also take any action before, but you must pay 1 corn for each space you move backwards.
Right, exactly. But where on 6 and 7, that doesn't happen.
Yes, you don't have to pay.
Right. However, once it goes beyond 7, you actually lose your guy.
Yes, the worker is
right?
like crushed in the wheels in time, but he doesn't die. You just get him back to your pool without any benefits.
That's where the human sacrifice actually comes in, right?
Maybe. He was just too lazy waiting for too long, so priests have to sacrifice him. And last gear is making sacrifices to the gods by making rituals with the skulls.
Yeah, so to do this you actually have to...
Yes, you have to have a skull,
a
and then place it on the space which is then full. No one else can use it.
No one else can do it, yes.
And it gives one-time benefit, mostly points.
So points.
Yes, and you can get a favor from a certain type of god.
And so this would mean you advance on the temple?
Yes, on the green temple.
On the green temple, okay. And so this would be an advance on the yellow temple.
Yes, that's quite a Tzolk'in.
Okay, there we go. All right.
As the wheel progresses, during the game, in the first quarter of the game, there's feeding. You must feed your workers. Each worker wants 2 corns. But if you have buildings like farms, you can have to pay less corn for this. And also you will get resources according to the temple.
Where you are on the spot.
Temple. You can get a wood, stone, or even skull.
So if you're at that spot when this happens, you get those things.
You get everything below. Yes.
Everything below. Yes, that's good.
During the half
so
of the game.
This is the half.
Yes, this is the half. You must again feed your workers, but now instead of resources, you will get points from the temples. You will get the points
where you
according
are
to the stance, and also in the first half, the player who is highest on the temple will get 6 points, but at the end of the game, he will get only 2.
Okay.
This one is the opposite, and this one is quite equal. There's 4-4.
Right. Okay.
So sometimes you're trying to...
So half the game versus the end game.
Yes.
All right.
Then, this is the third quarter. You again feed your workers and get the resources from temples. And finally, after 1 revolution of the wheel, the game ends. You get last points from the temples. You score points from the monuments. And all the points you get during the game are already
being tabulated.
For skulls. And also you get some points for resources you have still left.
Okay.
And who has the more points, of course, wins the game. And
very straightforward, but it's such an amazing mechanism here.
There is a lot of going on, but the flow of the game is really simple. You either place your workers or take them out.
Yeah.
So there's little downtime. There's, as you can see, a lot of options or paths to how to get points. You can go for the temples, or you can concentrate just on placing the skulls or buildings.
Yeah, so different paths to victory here.
Yes,
that's great.
And also I like about is the tactics in this game. When you are taking your workers from the wheels, it's up to you in which order you want to take them.
Oh,
so sometimes you can get really great combos when you, with one worker, you advance on technology that you will use later on to build a building that you will, in that same round, to get some benefit from another gear.
Nice. So you can work things out to
and yes, and the best
benefit.
thing is that you can do this while other players are taking their turns, and you know that you where you will end up until.
So there's some planning going
yes,
on.
so you can plan during the other turns until someone takes this first player token,
Right.
which he will get this, and he will be the first one who will turn the wheel and start the game, and he has an option to move the wheel twice. But only once a game.
Right. So the wheels only turn after everyone has had their one turn.
So there should be exactly 26 turns or less if some players
wants to
speed
do
up
the double
game.
advanced.
Yes.
Okay.
When you put out a skull, we'll do another two.
Now that we're zooming on the skull again, there is
Skulls.
the skull.
Is they're actually not crystal, they're just from plastic.
They look so cool
Yes.
though. That's real. I mean, what's really nice is that you have these literally interlocking mechanisms. But from reading the rules and from listening to the play here, it's really straightforward. So really solid, wonderful. This is again 2 to 4 players, 13 plus. It says 90 minutes, and I would assume that would probably go a little bit quicker with 2 players versus 4.
Yes, of course.
All
And
right.
also the
How many copies here at Essen?
How many copies are here at Essen?
it's secret.
It's a secret, yeah.
But there are still some on the way.
Okay, and I know that we have some here at the Rio Grande booth as well as
Yes,
at Czech
exactly.
Games Edition. All right, well, thank you very much for, again, this is Tzolk'in, the Mayan calendar. Thanks, Yuri.